Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everybody to the live stream today. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? Thank you. And Michael Beach of Life for all y'all do for the channel. Thank you to the members for all your support. Jeffrey Tatter, I see you. All my old heads, there's Hood Patriot, uh, Mr. Dawkins, the Navigator, Soul Snatcher. What time is it, Travels? What's up? If there's any new viewers and subscribers on today, and anybody catching this on replay, thank y'all so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate it. The peso is 58.30. Really, really good. It's great, really. We always have a topic. Today's topic is why not the Philippines? And, we always talk about other things, and this is your live stream. Don't ever forget that. So whatever you want to talk about, put it over here. Charles Wright said, hey, Cal, I thought I heard you mention buying lots or building small houses to sell or rent. Did I hear right? Thanks. Yeah, you heard right. That's a goal that me and Marilyn have. I'm going to set Marilyn up in business to do that. But it's just a real simple process. If you're a foreigner and you don't want to do it with the woman, we're going to lease you the land, sell you the house. Or if you got a woman that you trust, we'll put the land in her name. But it's going to be low cost, anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, and that's it. That includes the house and the land. What's up, Angelo? We'll see you in a couple of weeks, man. Hey, 2019, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I was talking about the video last week. The Filipino doesn't need your money. She doesn't need your love. She needs your money. And man, I got a lot of pushback about that, guys. That's not rocket science. Just enjoy it for what it is, man. Money's hard to come by over here. Love is not. She can get love on any street corner over here. What's up, W Secret Sister? Said, where Cal at? Well, we got the whole family. We're down here in Dumaguete now. We were over in Sikihor. Remember, we're just taking them on a little short vacation before they start school back. But it's my favorite place. Matter of fact, we rented the downstairs and the upstairs. I'm going to shoot my members only video about Heidi's cabin. I did one before, but this is another one. But we've got the upstairs and downstairs for about $55 a night. Less than that, closer to $50 for the whole place. The kids are downstairs, just so, me and Merle can have some weed time if we want to. What's up, Golden Gate? He said, how's the weather in San Carlos, November and December? Well, normally, it's a rainy season. It's not so bad, but with this La Nina, I really can't tell you. What's up, Marlon? But yeah, guys, she needs money, not your love. And this is something that we talk about all the time. You don't just hear it on my channel. You hear it on a lot of channels. It's nothing new. It's nothing earth-shattering. So stop it with all of that. Remember, love don't put rice on the table. It doesn't pay rent in the Philippines either. Hey, Chief, what's up? What's up, Ron? Yeah, but I enjoy Dumaguete. I don't think I could live here, but I enjoy it, man. Some great people here. Dumaguete has a bad rap. It gets a bad rap. It's not true. When you come here, you're going to like it. I'm going to put it 3 on my list. 1A and 1B is Cebu and Angeles City, Metro Manila, and then Dumaguete. I'm going to tell you something without a doubt, and I'll argue with anybody about this. You're going to see some stunners here. It's beautiful women here, man. I don't know. They come from all over because, it's a big college town. I seen a woman outside the Robinson yesterday. She could have been Miss Philippines. She was a Morena. Man, she was about 5'8", 5'9". I mean, just absolute beautiful. And I was wondering why she was just standing out there like that instead of, because it was hot, instead of just going into the mall. Maybe she was waiting on somebody. Met some great people here so far. Probably about 8 people. Seems like more people know me here in Dumaguete than anywhere else, than Cebu and even San Carlos City. But everybody that I met since I've been here, this is only our second day here. They seem happy, man. Some of them had their families with them. Some were by themselves, but they all had that "I made the right decision" look on their face. Shout out to Gabriel. He's a Filipino. He had been living in America. He just moved back over here. I guess he said he came here June 1st, but he's done. He said he's sending his job a resignation. He's retiring. They just don't know it yet. I met a bunch of guys. I seen my buddy AB. He's here. I was as shocked to see him as he was to see me. Merlin saw him though. But yeah, these guys here, man, you always gonna meet some good people here. Dumaguete gets that old reputation because of these old vloggers, man, here. I've been coming here since 2010, long before the vloggers, long before the Forbes magazine article that made Dumaguete famous. And I love it for the same reasons now as I did then. It's really a sleepy place, but it's growing, man. The traffic's growing. What's up, Sam McCall? What's up, Dre? But that boulevard is really nice at night. We took the kids there last night, got some cotton candy. They ate pizza and all that stuff. What's up, Steve? Get well soon, brother. I know you had a procedure done. He said, hey, Cal, do you and your old lady vacation a lot? I'm on a continuous vacation, really. But probably about once a month, we go somewhere, Kelvin. About once a month. What's up, Kamal? I see you on here. But about once a month, we go somewhere. Now, this month, we're going to go 2 places here, and then we'll be in Davao for the meet and greet. Hey, Marlon, thanks for that super chat. He says, Sir Calvin, have you heard we got hit pretty hard, pretty bad here in Houston, Texas from a category 1. No power since Monday for part of the city, still waiting. Yeah, man, and I want to send my condolences out to the people in Houston. My nephew, my sister's son lives out there, and I sent a couple of guys, Monroe, who lives in Houston, some pictures that he sent me. A tree fell through his house, man. And his daughter had just left there, maybe the room, maybe an hour or so before that happened. But he's been out there for a few years, but he said he's coming back north. He said he can't handle the weather out there. He said it's hard not to like the Philippines. Life has a way of slowing down as soon as you get here. It does, man. You know, on the subject of Filipinos, you know, I was talking about, you know, if you're married to a Filipino or with a Filipino, if she does certain things, you know, they can pick up stuff off the floor with their feet too. They do that a lot. That'll kind of trip you out. He said 48 hours, no power, no internet. Wow, brutal. Yeah, that's what I was telling Monroe. I said, now we deal with this about once every few months in San Carlos. It's a little bit more here in Dumaguete. But yeah, when you don't have internet, it's like not having power. It cuts you off, man. But as long as nobody was killed, which I saw where that 73-year-old grandmother was killed, I think you'll get through. They'll have it back on because people are complaining. See, that's one good thing about America. You can complain and it gets stuff done. Derek says, my son and youngest daughter are in Houston and they still don't have power. Yeah, man. But trust me, they're on it in America. He said, I miss riding in those 3-wheel motorcycles. Yeah, they were like, it's really not a 3-wheel motorcycle. It's a motorcycle with that, what do you call it? I don't know what you would call that. Get carriage on the side. Oh, okay, you got yours back at 7 p.m. Oh, okay. What's up, Jamie? He's back in the Philippines. We'll be that way in a couple of weeks. But yeah, they do a lot of stuff, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Dried fish ruins relationships, man. So you better have that talk with your woman immediately when you first meet her, because they serious about the dried fish. Yeah, that sidecar. That's what I meant to say. That's what it is. That has the two wheels, but hell, you're not safe because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. About, let's see, I would say about 3 years ago, one of Maryland's friends, he's a tricycle driver. He pulled out in front of one of them big molasses trucks and got splattered, man. I mean, I believe the passenger died too, but I know he did, and it was bad, man. I mean, he was out in the middle of the street. I mean, his guts was hanging out, and they had to come and, you know, his daughter saw that. His wife and daughter saw that. They had to come and, cover him up, man. But for a long time, he was uncovered. He said, dry fish is good. It don't smell good, though. Yeah, it ruins a lot of relationships. So have that talk with them, man. They look, let me know when you're going to cook that stuff, because it's a funkified, putrefied, booty-fied. It's nasty, man. Because some guy said, hey, which is worse, chitlins or dried fish? Before he could even get chitlins out of his mouth, dried fish, man, it's bad. I mean, it just smells like somebody just got their butt in your face, constantly farting, that old diarrhea fart. What's up? I love LaChan. What's up, Joseph? He said, Boracay. Is that Boracay in the house? Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, man. It reminds me of country ham. If anybody's ever had country ham, because it's really cured the same way with all that salt and, they just let it sit there and dry, but it's going to ruin your relationship. It's going to get all in your clothes and everything. So just let her know. Yeah, that durian's brutal too, but the durian has a foreign smell to it. I mean, the very first trip I made to the Philippines, some woman, she bought that in the hotel room, man. I was like, it's so bad, Jacob, that over here now, the hotels and Airbnbs, they'll have signs. You don't cook dried fish and durian, because it's hard, it's gonna linger. That smell's gonna linger. But if you can get past the smell, I couldn't get past the smell. Okay, Puerto Rico. What's up, Rusty? He said, thanks for the earlier video sharing your hard times, man. Been there, but feel like I got my second win. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, what a second win I got. But the strange thing about that, man, is I really wanted to die. And I know people feel that way, man. They just don't want to talk about it. YouTube sent me an email that asked that I need help. They said because they saw that I had a title dealing with suicide and self-harm. YouTube be monitoring you, man. He said, yo, I was on a trike with my fam. I always ride next to the right side wheel. That wheel fell off and we almost flipped, but I was there to keep the fam in and take the hit. Yeah, you got to tell them sometimes, man, to slow the hell down, man, because they rolling, man. I get mad at them, man, because, a lot of times over here, there's no stop signs, there's no stoplights. They're driving with ESP and there's no four-way stops. Yeah, it smells like feet. He said, when I was recently in the Philippines, I rented a small SUV, and driving in the Philippines is way different than driving in the U.S. There's been so many close calls out there when it comes to accidents. Yeah, back in 2011, there was a Formula One race car driver visited here for some reason. He said these are the best drivers he's ever seen, because from his trip from the airport to the hotel, he said it was so many just close calls and inches from being an accident. And you see that every day over here. He says if there are any people on here who want to go to the Philippines, just try to get your tickets in advance. Yeah, the further out you get them, the better. When I came in 2018, I bought my tickets in October. He said, dried fish reminds me of the smell of a dead body. Well, I'll tell you what, I hate the smell of a dead body. But another thing I want to talk about, the video I made, 27 is too young to die, but I think the Philippines is about as safe as any place I've ever been. I was talking about why I feel safe here, because believe it or not, all killing is senseless, really, unless your life is in jeopardy, unless it's, self-defense. But I was talking about most of the killing here is personal. There's very little random killings in the Philippines, man. And I respect the place for that. That's why I feel safe. If you aren't into it with anybody, you don't owe anybody any money, they don't owe you money, you're not fooling somebody's wife or anything like that, no gambling debt, no drug use, you're probably going to be okay. Remember the 27-year-old Filipina and her 37-year-old foreign boyfriend from Israel? They knew they're killers, man. And most people do anyway, but like I was making a comparison between, y'all saw the church's fried chicken. And see, that's senseless ignorance there. I mean, what possibly could have happened, lady? You're going through the drive-through. What could have been the cause of you killing that church's fried chicken employee? See, that kind of stuff really doesn't happen over here, man. Not to foreigners. And that's what I was talking about. Just senseless murders like that. But yeah, they knew their murderer, and most people over here do. I gotta have dried fish. I can't get balut. It's just when you see that balut. See, I had Maryland Bow balut, and if you look on my shorts, way back when I first started doing shorts, you'll see she pulled out that little duck. Man, that damn duck was 3 inches long. Now, I'm not gonna eat that. But a lot of people, they just drink the juice and eat around it. That some of them, when they get drunk, they eat that damn bird. I'm not gonna eat it. Yeah, that fish is funky, man. You say, Cal, what do you do about the disabled veterans living or visiting there with mobility issues? Thank you. He said, what do you know? Well, really, I would say stay in the places where they're equipped for that, like Manila, Cebu. I wouldn't go too much further than that. Angeles City, probably, because they got a lot of veterans up there. But there's no buses here that have the airlift and all that. But I will say, if you're having problems getting on a bus or something, or getting on a ferry or something, they'll help you. The Filipinos are like that. They'll pick you up in your wheelchair. Hey, what's up, Tim? He said, hey, Cal, Sunshine Shoes community. He said, Cal, thank you for the recent video you made. Lord knows I needed that, brother. Life can really beat on you sometimes. I can definitely relate. I was talking about that because a lot of us, man, we come over here. We think we coming over here for a woman, man, but it's really more than that. Something else is going on. Okay? Really. He said, eaten by Merlin in your household. Yeah, but they let me know. Usually when I come home, like from the gym or a long walk or something, they're already finished, and you'll get the whiff of it in the air, but nothing like Kamal when they're cooking it. I mean, trust me, man, you don't want to smell that. I mean, you can't have company over. That's a fact. It's going to be embarrassing. He said, I never had thoughts of committing suicide. I always thought it was the coward's way out. You're gone now, your family's devastated. Well, it's a little bit more than that. Mental health is real. in America. And see, that's the attitude we have. That's why people don't seek help, Thomas, because, you know, they know that people think like this. There ain't no sense in me talking to anybody. They're going to think I'm crazy, especially in the black community. We got it bad, man. We have no sympathy for mental health, people who suffer from mental health or anything like that. So we very seldom seek help. We end up hurting ourselves or hurting somebody else. You know, unless you felt that hopeless, okay, then you can't even relate. It has nothing to do with hell. You got to be the opposite of a coward to take your own life. You got to be damn brave to do that. Some of these people jumping off high buildings and stuff like that. You think that's a coward? You don't know the definition of cowardice and bravery. Shit. Take a gun and blow your damn brains out. You don't think that it takes a lot of courage to do that? Or stick a damn shotgun in your mouth. You guys are crazy, man. Ain't nothing cowardly about that. He said, jackfruit is also a terrible smell. Well, I never smelled jackfruit, but it's good. And the thing about jackfruit, you can use it as a meat substitute or as a fruit, depending on its degree of ripeness. Because they use jackfruit in meat, not only here, but everywhere. Especially a lot of vegans and vegetarians. I mean, you wouldn't even know that that's jackfruit unless they told you. I've had casseroles and different things. He said that dried fish seems to smell like that 38 Geary bus in San Francisco during rush hour. Raw ass. Hey, it's funky, man. It's putrefied funk. It's worse than chillings. He said, I've been noticing that Austin videos are talking about black men don't get love overseas. I'm tired of seeing these men. Yeah. Well, you know, he's young. And that's what those young guys like to talk about. That's all they talk about is dating. He has a big following and everything. I've noticed that, but I just have never had that problem. You know, we're going to talk about that stuff. You know, remember what times the child was. Wherever I go, there I am. And, you know, just because one woman turns you down doesn't mean all of them going to turn you down. Remember, you only need one of them to like you. You don't need them all to like you. And why is it that black men, why are we so inferior, man? Why we have an inferiority complex like we're less than for real? Okay, I saw something where Tyson, what's a guy that scientist, he said, you know, when you were born, you were given a race, a religion, a name, and you've been fighting against that. You fight against that for the rest of your life, you know, to disprove that for the rest of your life, right? But I've never had that problem. But yeah, it seems to me a lot of those young guys, that's all they talk about is dating. And that's all they want out of traveling overseas. You know, as I've gotten older, my wants and my needs obviously have changed. But they want every woman to just lay down and roll over for them. And when that doesn't happen, oh, it must be something wrong with me. I don't know. He said, I seen the live stream he did with two other cats. They expect to date in a royal family or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I don't get it either. And like I said, he's got a big following. You know, I don't follow those guys because I'm older, man. I'm old enough to be his father. I'm not going to say what he's talking about is good or bad. That's just that's not my interest. All I need is one. I've never had a problem, you know, with women overseas. I mean, if you're a decent human being, you got to have something about you, good hygiene. Obviously, if you got some money in your damn pocket, you dress nice, you got a good conversation, you know, you're going to have some success. Hey, what's up, Gary? He said he'll be here. He said, Church's Fried Chicken, jalapeno crippled on it. It's bomb. Too damn greasy though. Yeah, it ain't enough to kill somebody over, man. I don't get it. People are already in America, man. I mean, now this lady, did they find her yet? Because she took off, but they got the full screen picture of her. She's so stupid. She's sitting out right in front of the damn drive-through. They can clearly just take the best picture of a criminal that they need to catch her. Stephen McBride said, Cal, what made you do that video today? After the wife passed, I've been fighting it. I was making my kids' signatures to my account, etc. Not saying it's going to change my mind, but got me to stop and think. Yeah, I don't know what goes through my mind, man. I don't know what I'm going to talk about when I get up, Stephen, to be honest with you. But it has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today, about some things that, you know, one thing about the Philippines, let me say that before I get started. I found everything I need, you know, to be happy here. And I believe I've carved out a pretty decent existence for myself over here and the people around me. But people always ask me why the Philippines, as if the Philippines is some inferior place. And it's really not. We're still on planet Earth. And wherever I go, there I am. You know, I'm going to be able to survive no matter where I am on Earth. If there's civilization nearby, I'm going to be able to make a way. But I was thinking about this because I just don't find it necessary anymore to defend the Philippines. You know, people accuse me of defending the Philippines when they talk down on it and all that, right? My standards aren't so high that they can't be met here or anywhere on Earth. You know, I don't take it personal. You know, I said something maybe last week, because it's on me, really. I didn't know about I didn't know that there was an insurgency in southern Thailand. Maybe somebody had told me, maybe I forgot. But I brought it up. I said, why don't anybody over there talk about it? Man, they came at me. They took it personal. Remember on my live stream where I made a short about it? Go and look at them comments. I was like, dude, why are y'all defending Thailand so staunchly like that? Why are you so loyal to Thailand? These countries don't give a damn about us. I was just kind of shocked about that, man. They took it personal. But I don't do that. I don't find it necessary, man. The Philippines is what it is, man. It stands by itself. It doesn't need me to take up for it. The Filipino people don't need me to take up for them or to take care of them. It's a whole life going on around me, guys, over here. A full life. I'm not as important over here as I think I am. Most people don't even acknowledge you. They're too busy living their life. They got their own heroes. They got their own sports figures. You know, everything's going on over here, man. You know, but people tell, hey, why the Philippines? Most of them never been here. But everything I need to be happy over here, I found it over here, man. And I just want to talk about that. But yeah, they came at me, man. I was just saying I'd never heard of it. And they got to talking about the violence in Mexico. That don't stop people from going to Mexico. Dude, I'm just saying that I didn't know about the insurgency in southern Thailand. I mean, just talk about it. At least I've got about 10 or 15 videos where I talk about no-go zones in the Philippines. But they took it personal, man. I don't understand why we do that. Okay? But my standards are not so high that I'm going to look down on the Philippines like it's not good enough for me to retire here. And I look down on Filipino people like I'm better. No, man. And that's why I want to have this discussion today. Okay, Derek, he says, Angeles City has a good setup for disabled veterans through the Foreign Medical Program. Please connect with the Manila VA. Now, he's talking about the mobility issues, Derek. That's what he's talking about. getting around in a wheelchair and stuff. They're not going to be able to help you with that. They may tell you what's available. Yeah, it is. See, this is when people say, when they talk about the food in the Philippines, it's not good. They're talking about traditional stuff, a lot of it. They're not talking about the food really over here because they got good food here. He said, Calvin, I was just watching one of your videos where you suggested that we go out and screw somebody else's wife, which I thought was just a tad over the top. Well, because you missed it. See, I can't stop and explain all my videos to you. If you looked at the video, I'm saying that's nothing to lose your mind about, sir. Okay, that's all I'm saying, CD America. If that's all you got out of that video, then you didn't watch the video. You're not trying to learn anything. Okay, what I meant to say is that's nothing. Okay, you go, okay, if somebody screws your wife, what I'm saying is it wasn't without her permission. It's not like they went out and raped her. Okay, and the fact is the woman that you're with now was somebody's wife before, or somebody's girlfriend before. So no, I'm not talking about doing anything immoral, you know, but you guys will be, you'll find anything if you want to find it, that nitpicking stuff. Y'all a bunch of crybabies. That's all you got out of that 17-minute video was that. You wasn't listening then. He said, I had a younger cousin that took his life, and he had a mental health issue. It had nothing to do with being weak. Man, you got to be courageous to do that. I had a beautiful cousin, man. She was 40 years old, had a great job at Procter & Gamble, their division in Lexington, Kentucky, where they made Jiffy peanut butter, where it was 20 and out. And she was approaching the 20 years and she could have retired. Don't you know something was going on? Something happened to her when she was younger. Maybe she was sexually abused or whatever. She never got the counseling, but she hid it because in the Black community, man, you know, we got very little sympathy for mental health issues, man. We don't address it. Okay. So she hid it. And don't you know what she did, man? Had a beautiful home. She was very intelligent, had all the insurance intact. She went, laid out everything for her funeral, what she wanted to wear and everything. Went and rented a hotel and drank some antifreeze. 4 years old and died. Left her 2 daughters, a house. It was paid for. Over $125,000 in life insurance. Man, you got to be courageous to do that. There ain't nothing weak about that. Ain't nothing cowardice about that. Y'all don't know what the difference between cowardice and courageous is. To do that, to plan that out like that, not knowing what's on that other side, shit, man, you courageous as hell. Robert says, crime so high in this zip code, Church's Chicken pulled out along with Kroger's and Circle K, all on the same block. It's becoming a food desert. Yeah, I just don't get the attitudes over there. We're so quick to pull that trigger. It's like that's the answer to everything. And people's like, well, we just get the guns off the street. No. We got to change the attitudes over there and in other places. Taking the guns ain't going to do anything, but man, he said my cousin shot himself in the head when he took his life when my aunt, his mom, came to visit him. Yes, it's something, man, that we just don't talk about. It happens all the time. Don't you know that there's more suicides in America than homicides? But guess what? They made an agreement a long time ago between the police and the media not to cover it because of the copycat, the fear of copycat suicides. So they made an agreement. That's why you don't hear about suicides. Okay, here recently, well, maybe a year ago, a friend of my wife, real good friends of ours. I went everywhere with this guy, by him being, basically married to a Filipino and me being married to a Filipino. We were all at the same gatherings and everything. He killed himself. And while I was over here, I was shocked when my ex told me about that. I don't know what was going on. He said, on a lighter note, your title says why it feels. I'm a foodie that's big on quality. I'm a fan of Spanish food, mainly Dominican. I've heard you talk about how the Phil food is an acquired taste. No, I didn't say that. I've always said that Filipino food is just as good here as anywhere else. There's only so many ways you can cook chicken, fish, beef, and pork. I've never said it's acquired taste. I've said I don't eat a lot of the cultural stuff, like balut and all that stuff, but the cultural stuff that I have eaten, I've grown to like shrimp paste, different things like that. It's really, really good. Dried fish. I eat dried fish, but it has to be the kind it's either here in Dumaguete. We were either taking it from Dumaguete to Zamboanga, or we bringing it from Zamboanga here, the big pieces. Man, you cut off that meat, man, it's delicious, man. Hey, David, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, you keep communicating wisdom. Statement of the evening, you're a whole bunch of crybabies. Yeah, man. We bitch and complain and nitpick about the simplest stuff, and we're grown men, man. I be trying to have conversations. I didn't mean go out and be immoral, because even if you do screw another man's wife, you're not gonna do it without her approval. Yeah, lumpia. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good food choices. Now, I'm not comparing the Philippines to any other place. I mean, that's childish too. Like, I made a better decision than you. I live in Thailand or Vietnam, wherever it is, Brazil, whatever it is, and you live in the Philippines, which you could not create a society like this on your own. You're not above the Philippines. Maybe in your mind you are. This is the point I'm trying to make, guys. We give this place so little respect. If somebody says, oh, I'm going to the Philippines, they look down on you like, man, what's wrong with you? What do you mean, what's wrong with me? This place is just as good as any other place. I mean, remember, I left the greatest country in the world to come over here. I made a choice to come over here. And wherever I go, I'm going to thrive eventually. Yeah, I'm just saying, every dog has a day. Y'all don't understand the history. I'm not defending the Philippines. I'm not making up. But we just think we're supposed to just drop into a place and it's supposed to be just like where we came from. And that's what trips me out about a lot of foreigners who come over here for the first time. They're surprised. Imagine this. They're surprised that the Philippines is different than where they came from. Which is so stupid, man. You're going to find whatever you're looking for. If you look close enough, you'll find it here. I promise you, you will. I mean, guys always tell me, are you going to have some type of fancy rail system over here? No. Underground subway and all the tallest buildings in the world. If that kind of stuff turns you on, then find that wherever you're going. But I mean, just the simple things in life, the necessities are here. I mean, you guys talking about, there's millions of people that come here on a yearly basis. You gonna tell me they're all wrong? But I made a choice to be here. I can make it anywhere. I think it has a lot to do with who you are. Hey, the Sigma Enigma, thanks for that super chat. He said, living in a matrix. People post their delusional dreams and wants, but when reality hits, they can't handle the pressure. Yeah, I think a lot of our wants are delusional because your needs are your needs. You need water, you need air, you need food. But all that other stuff, man, I'm going to find it here. And I'm going to live life on my own terms. You're not going to tell me what I need and what I should have to be happy. And I think that's what happens in a lot of places. We're following other people. You don't have the ability to think for yourself, to map out a roadmap for your life. So you're following somebody else. If they tell you, oh man, the Philippines is not this and that, then you're going to just regurgitate that without coming over here. And you don't come over here. You're not over here long enough. Hey, Joe the plumber, thanks for that super chat. He said, see you in December. Okay, brother. I hope we both still here, man. Hey, Eric, what's up, man? He says, thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks, Cal. Keep doing it. You're welcome, man. I just want to say we're not above living here. It's good to have choices. It's good to have options. But when people come at me and ask me that question, it's just so condescending. Oh, why the Philippines? But why did you go to Thailand? Fuck Thailand. Utopia my ass. You know, there is no utopia in the world. You know, the Thailand, you know, the point I was making is all we get is good news about Thailand. They don't talk about the bad shit that's going on over there. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got nothing against Thailand. Why would I have something against Thailand? But people take it personal. Hey, William Hung, he said, I enjoy your latest video, Cal. You definitely keep it real. Hey, thank you, man. You know, it's just this real life stuff. I don't know. It had nothing to do really with the Philippines, other than the fact that the Philippines loved me back to life, really. It helped me get back on my feet, man. I was in bad shape when I got here. I can only speak for myself. He said, I had a hell of a time doing my first bungee jump. Man, you talk about scared. But I mean, you know, we take it personal. If you say something about Brazil, the people in Brazil, the bloggers, they're gonna come for you, man. It's like, you know, you're talking about their choice. You're putting down their choice of where to live. It's like you're talking about them when you're not. He said, you know, she's a Filipino. Yeah, I said, good one. It's a lot of things they do, man. They walk barefoot outside. I didn't say that. They'll walk up, man, the way they walk over rocks, man, and don't even pebbles, that would drive me crazy, man. They don't even bat an eye. You ever seen a woman do that over here? They'll walk outside, man. He said, my neighbor in Austin, Texas was an Iraq war veteran. His wife made some great pancit and dried fish. Oh, and fried fish. Yeah, rest in peace, Eddie. Yeah, pancit's another one that I like over here. Hey, he said, hey, Calvin, every time I mention to my family and friends that I'm going to the Philippines, they think I want to lead a life of debauchery. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, we know so little about it. We think that the Philippines is beneath us, that we live in this great society and everything else is beneath us. When in reality, you know, everybody's created equal. The sperm fertilizes the egg, okay? But we're not born equal. So what we do, we play the cards we're dealt. And that's what I see wherever I go. But I just don't feel a need to defend the Philippines, man. I just don't, it doesn't need me to defend it. Every guy I've met over here since I've been in Dumaguete, and this is every time I come here, these guys were happy, man. They seemed like they were satisfied. Even last night when we took the kids on the boardwalk, we saw a few people. Everybody's laughing, everybody's happy, you know. And I'm thinking, well, there's my answer right there. You know, why the Philippines? Because if you are negative and you're depressed, you're going to be negative and depressed anywhere. Mike Dorseyville said, killing yourself is a sin also. If you attempt to kill yourself, you fail is also a crime. You're going to jail. Oh, you mean in the Philippines, you mean? Because, you know, hell, everything's a sin. If you believe that religious crap that they talk about, everything's a sin. You know, thought crimes. That's what one guy was talking about. They convict you of thought crimes. So you don't even have to actually have sex with a woman. Just thinking about having sex with a woman, lusting after a woman, that's a sin. You're going to hell and burn forever and ever, but God loves you. Remember? I'm not with that. Everything's a damn sin. You know, we don't think about that when we come over here and we jump in bed with these women and do everything under the sun. We're not married and everything like that. Hey, Passport actually says, I'm free from the rat race. Now I only have to wait for the rainy season to be over before I come to the Philippines. Well, hell, that's not enough to stop you. It's really the best time for real. Because you're surely going to get a break from that steam and heat. It hasn't rained, I don't believe, since I've been in Dumaguete. But you know, a lot of what we know about suicide, we know from religion. Because nobody talks about it. Society will not talk about it, especially in America. Remember, this is true. Look it up. This is why you don't read about it in the paper, oh, he shot himself in the head. Maybe some other story comes out later where they'll say he took his own life or something, or the family said send the money to whatever. And then at the bottom, they'll say if you or somebody else is thinking of suicide, that's the only way you'll know, because they made an agreement between the media and the law enforcement not to post that kind of stuff out there like that, because they're afraid it's going to create copycats. But look it up, man. Just as many suicides as it is, more suicides than homicides. And it's going to keep on as long as we have this old fucked up attitude about it, like somebody's weak. Man, for you to kill yourself, and life is so precious that it is, something's going on with you. It's been going on with you for a long, long time. You can hide it. Okay, you can look normal, and underneath all that normalness, man, I had a friend, man, one of my best friends in Louisville, Kentucky, his niece, 26 years old, killed herself. He said, man, nobody saw that coming. But he failed to mention that her mother had died of a drug overdose. So, you know, instead of trying to get down real to the nitty gritty, like, hey, are you okay? And then we let it go. You know, there's no counseling. There's no nothing, man. Well, they're not going to send people to jail because we're not going to know about it, Mike. You know, I'm just saying what we should do. That's America's problem. They want to lock up everybody. They want to arrest away the problems over there. Look at the drug war and all of that. They think that, oh, we're going to lock you up, we're going to arrest you. That's going to make everything better. It makes everything worse, but prison's a business there. So they'll lock up everybody. Yeah, he said, don't let the rain stop you, bro. It usually rains at night. It does. But it gives you, a break from that heat, man. He said, I believe the weather, man, before the preacher, man. At least his predictions come true. Yeah, you know, a lot of what we know about suicide and stuff like that, they scare you. You know, that's what religion does. They try to scare you straight. That's not going to work. It hasn't worked. I'm sorry, it just hasn't worked, guys. Scaring people straight. Hey, Jamal, thanks for that super chat. He said, Big Dog, you're motivating me cutting sugar. Six pack is on the way. Looking good, OG. Pause, man. Thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm getting ready to go to the whole other level, though. See, once I get home, I'm going all the way sugar free for 1 month. I'm not even gonna play with it. No sweets or not. I mean, no fruits or anything. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you want something, man, you gotta sacrifice. It's not easy. We all want it easy. They want that six pack, man. That's why I can't respect these fitness guys. They doing these exercises, these simple exercises. They know good and well that's not what got you cut like that, man. You know you're on some type of extreme diet, okay? They just show up and say, "Oh, if you do this 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week." No, you got to couple that with an extreme diet. No sugar, intermittent fasting, all kinds of stuff, man. And that's why everybody's not walking around with a six pack. Because a six pack really is just when your body fat is low. There's people over here starving on the street with a six pack. I showed Marilyn. I told her, I said, Marilyn, that's all it is. Because she's just so worried. I can't get she got a 4-pack. She can't get the bottom. I said, Marilyn, maybe it's not for you. Okay. Maybe you need to stop eating so much because that's all it is. They stop eating. Because look at some people over here, not just here, but anywhere where people aren't getting enough to eat. Yeah, they got 6-packs and 8-packs. Shit. He said, Angelo, he said, no fruits. Are you going to take some kind of supplement doing this no sugar thing? No, it's just basically the keto diet, but I don't call it a diet. I'm just going to eat, meats, vegetables, and, potatoes. It's only going to be for 30 days. You don't need, you don't need sugar. I'm just going to have to get my carbs from potatoes. But fruit has, I'm not saying it's not good for me. I'm just saying that at some point, your body starts fighting back. It wants to stay a certain weight. It's been that weight for so long. That's why the guy said the last 10 pounds are going to be the hardest. So you got to do something real extreme to really shock it. Some people go on a water diet. I'm not going to do that. A water fast. Excuse me. I'm not going to do that. But if I cut out sugar totally, other than the hidden stuff, man, like that's in my damn toothpaste and it's in the damn Listerine. Like when I stopped drinking, I didn't stop using Listerine because I don't drink Listerine. You can drink and get drunk. But some guy says, "Oh no, I quit altogether." Well, that's you. I still use Listerine, and then the one with no alcohol, it's just terrible, man. I can't use. It's nasty. But I just want to try it. I just want to kickstart my metabolism. That's really all I'm doing. I'm not really trying to. It's just a lifestyle thing, really. I'm really just experimenting. Yeah, he said a 4-pack. You know how you can see the 2 up here, but that bottom stomach, man, it's hard to do. Yeah, they don't tell the whole story, man. He said, my first real day without sugar, tired of feeling bad. Doing better today. The change is palpable. Thank you for the 30-day challenge. The first few days is going to kick your ass because you're addicted to it. It's a drug. That's why. Okay? And it's just so addicting that some people can't live without it. They say, "Oh, hell with this. I'm going to die of something." That's how bad it is. It's just as bad as cigarettes and alcohol. Why do you think people drink themselves to death, smoke themselves to death? He says, is it that important to have a 4-pack or 6-pack? Not really. It's not needed, but some people just want to push themselves physically. That's all. Remember, they want something to look forward to, tropical destinations. If you don't have anything to look forward to, what's the point of living? You got to have something to look forward to. He said, Calvin, tell Marilyn to do leg lifts. This works the lower abs. You guys are in great shape. Thank you. I'm going to pass that on, but she's not going to listen to me. She's only going to listen to those gurus at the gym. She don't realize I've been working out before she was born, but she won't listen to nothing I tell her. He said, you got me thinking about sugar now. I can't even enjoy cookies at night anymore. It's everybody's life, man. They addict you to this stuff when you're little, like Booby's age. Because Marilyn's tough on her kids. She will not let them have just drink sweet drinks with impunity like my mother would let us. So now when Booby or any of her kids get I bought them Mountain Dew last night. They were scared to drink it. They're looking at Marilyn first before they drink it. It's like a delicacy to them. It's really like a treat to them. He said, genetics has a lot to do with it also. I have high metabolism and lost a lot of body fat. Walking around looking like a Filipino, I have six-pack and real muscle naturally just from diet. He said, mouthwash decreases testosterone with health. It hasn't done anything to mine. I promise you, man. That's my woman. Sometimes you just get a good connection with somebody, man. And hell, we'll do it 3 or 4 times a day with no problem. He said, cutting out sugar completely is like a mission impossible. It's hidden in everything, but I mean, where you can taste it. Okay, say for instance, believe it or not, it's in this red hot chili sauce. They got sugar in here, but you're not going to be able to taste it. See, this Jew Franz is the only hot sauce I eat in the Philippines because it's not sweet. This tastes sort of like Frank's hot sauce in America, Jew Franz. The rest of that stuff is too sweet. I guarantee you that soy sauce has sugar in it somewhere. He said, yeah, the craving will drive me nuts. It is. It will drive you nuts. But it's not easy. Nothing's really easy that's worth having, man. You think saving 10% of your money is easy. It's not, because you're eventually going to see something that you want, man. You're going to want to grab that. You want that instant gratification. But the people who are able to practice that self-discipline are the ones that you see at the top, man. Who have the self-discipline, not just regular discipline. Like if you don't come to work Monday through Friday, we're going to fire your ass. That's discipline. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to live their life. See, look at this. I'm not even going to give him his 5 minutes of fame. I'm going to get rid of him. But if you want something bad enough, man, or if you show up at the doctor and the doctor tells you to stop doing it, you'll do it. But Retire 2019 said you're your own healthcare advocate, not the doctor. You know what's bad for you, but it takes somebody else to tell you not to do it. He said it's true, Clint, that it stops the production of testosterone before it starts. Yeah, but if you drink, what, y'all talking about drinking it? Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't, it probably does, these clinical trials and stuff, but it probably doesn't affect 100% of the people. He said, you have Gold Peak tea over there with no sugar. No, I usually drink infusion, which is tea, I guess. They call it infusion. But I'm not even going to drink that for 30 days because Marilyn bought me some natural honey. It's just going to sit on that shelf for the next 30 days. I don't want anything that even tastes sweet in my mouth. Like I said, other than the mouthwash and my toothpaste. Because they say fluoride does so much to you, man. If you, listen to all this extremist stuff, which is true in the extreme. But it's not like I'm sitting around doing mouthwash 10 times a day, 20 times a day. But they say that about fluoride, that it's bad for you. And it does this and that to you. Look that up. Yeah, I got rid of them. Calvin Roach Investment Services. Picks, or it didn't happen. Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah. Troll alert. Yeah. Yeah, he's on the wrong channel today. He said, I'm not going to lie, enjoy a bowl of chocolate ice cream while watching your live streams. Yeah, it's not for everybody. But when Robert Dame sent me a video, which I'd seen all these videos on my YouTube, I never click on them. But for some reason, he sent me a video about sugar. He said, man, I'm going to try the sugar challenge. And it was so interesting to me. I'd never heard anybody break it down as simple as this man did. I put it in the video, in several of my video descriptions for y'all to look at yourself. And I was like, wow, I didn't know sugar affected you like that. But you're not listening anyway when you're addicted to it. Don't you know fentanyl will kill you? But people out there aren't listening, the ones who are on that fentanyl and stuff right now. There's a street in Philadelphia. What's that street? There's a YouTuber. All he does is make all kinds of money going up this street, filming these people bent over. They all on this heroin and fentanyl, man. I mean, they're out of it. Now, you think they're listening to you? But it's true, though. You know, some people want better. Hey, Blizzard abroad, thanks for that super chase for the trolls. Keep winning, brother. Yeah, they're going to be there, man. You know, a long time ago when I first started on YouTube, they said, Cal, I couldn't understand. They said, Cal, you know, you must be doing something to attract trolls. And I could not understand that, man. But when you see these real successful people and they have the trolls, whether it's on YouTube or wherever it is, then you understand, man, people, for some reason, man, they want fame. They want to, you know, they want to get fame off of your coattails. Yeah, there's this artificial stuff. He said, I never seen any artificial sweeteners when I was there. They've got Equal, they've got Splenda, they've got stevia, which is horrible, really. I mean, I couldn't deal with that. But I'm not going to deal with any of that. Hey, Calvin, I'm Malvin. He said, I bet toothpaste without fluoride. Yeah, because see, you heard the stories then, right, Mitch? The same with, you know, testosterone and everything like that. With the mouthwash and stuff. Moderation is important. It's very important. He said, totally easy to make homemade toothpaste. Yeah, anything that sits on the shelf is probably bad for you. It's got sugar in it. Because sugar is used as a preservative. But let's get back to this, you know, why the Philippines? And so I said, why not the Philippines? Tell me why I shouldn't be living here. You know, is it an inferior place to you in your eyes? You know, because I'm going to tell you, I've created a life over here that rivals any life that I could create in one of these fancy places. But my life is simple, man. I'm not competing anymore. See, we always want to compete. My country where I retired is better than the country where you retired. That's childish, man. We need to grow up. We're grown men. If you found what you've been searching for in wherever, Cambodia, Laos, Brazil, wherever, man, be happy with that. But don't beat me over the head with it and say, oh, my choices I made the wrong choices by coming to the Philippines or wherever. Because see, I'm not gonna take up for the Philippines. I don't need to. They don't need me to do it. It stands on its own. But we're still on planet Earth. It's not like you've got some place that you're way off in Mars somewhere. Now that would impress me. But whatever they got in Thailand, all these other fancy places, man, they got everywhere else, the good and the bad. Oh, it freaked them out when I bought the insurgency topic up. The more I think about it, man, if I was ignorant and if I was childish, I would have got mad. But I said, no, that's on me. I didn't know about it. But man, they took that personal. I'm like, utopia my ass. All y'all do is give us that good glittery bullshit about Thailand. Bring that up. Just say, hey, man, because there's people walking around Thailand. I was one of them without a care in the world. They know nothing about extremists. None of that stuff is even going on over there, not realizing that they set off bombs in Phuket before. In Hua Hin, Bangkok. They've got an unstable government in Thailand, believe it or not. How many damn military coups have been over there? But the vloggers won't even tell you that. They'll get mad if you bring it up, guys. We got to stop defending these countries. They don't give a damn about you. They're going to go on long after we're dead. Okay, I made a choice in the Philippines, and that's it. Okay, I'm going to live with it, so you live with it. They start bringing up the violence in Mexico. Oh, in the history of the Philippines. I'm like, dude, it ain't got nothing to do with me not knowing about that. I mean, calm down. Go and look in my comments. You'll see. It'll shock you, too. It shocked me. Hey, Mike Dorseyville, thanks for that super chat. He said, I love the simplicity of the Philippines. I found everything I need for a happy life, man. I'm contented here. Okay, some people come over here, they can't find everything. There's no perfect life. Something's always going to be missing. But there's enough pieces over here for me to put together a real decent lifestyle for myself and the people around me. And I'll take it, man. I'm going to strive wherever I go. I've already proven it. He says, it's okay to know the history of the Philippines. Yeah, but I mean, they're talking about, when I said, oh, there's an insurgency there, I didn't know about it. Well, the insurgency in the Philippines goes way back and all that. And I'm like, hold on, man, what's it got to do with me not knowing about the insurgency in Thailand? It's like they took it personal. Calm down, man. Y'all tripping. They were talking about, okay, I was reading, because I started reading about it, because, when something like that interests me, when I find an interest in something like that, I start reading about it. Well, back in 2002, if y'all remember, the Bali bombings, remember all those people got killed, those extremists, those Muslim extremists over there blew it up. Well, the Australian government had credible evidence that Thailand was next. And see, you have to know that kind of stuff because it makes sense to me. Because remember, in their minds, Thailand, Soy 6, Walker Street and all that, it's like they're Sodom and Gomorrah. We got to get, these are infidels on steroids, right? And you could see them doing something like that in one of them places, okay? To get back at the infidels, because people are walking around, me, one of them, on Soy 6, and when I was in Pattaya, without a care in the world, not expecting anything but a good time. That's when they get you. But I never knew any of that stuff was going on over in Thailand, because all we get is the sugary stuff from Thailand. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a damn where somebody else decides to live. Yeah, but what constitutes regular mouthwash use? Okay, is all I'm saying. But I just say take the best from each place. See, I'm from the school of thought that you can have it all. Because you can only live in one place at one time, but you can have it all. I see guys doing it. TJ's doing it. He's traveling all around, man. You'll be like, damn, TJ, where are you at this time? Oh, I'm in Da Nang. Oh, I'm in South Korea. I'm in Japan. I'm in the Philippines, I'm in Thailand. You know, he goes around like that. But this old, no, don't send me that. I don't want that in my mind because I'm an avid user of Listerine. I don't want that type of information. The sugar, yeah. But that, no, what I don't know won't hurt me. Well, they're getting killed everywhere. But I'm just not going to defend the Philippines. I don't find it necessary anymore, guys. Okay, because there's a whole life going on around us over here. Believe it or not, people don't even pay you any attention for real. We're not as important as we make ourselves out to be over here. We really think we're the shit over here, really. But a lot of times, people, they're not even paying us any attention, guys. Okay, they got their own heroes and everything over here. Television shows and everything. He says, Philippines La Nina delayed to the fourth quarter. Okay, for Gaza. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good news, really. Because they were talking July, August, September to begin. He says, too many expats in Pattaya and too crowded in Bangkok. You know, wherever you go, there's no perfect place. There's going to be something missing. It's going to be too much of this or not enough of that. I say just make the best of wherever you are. Okay, I didn't have any. I enjoyed myself in Bangkok and Pattaya. I was only there for 5 days, but I enjoyed myself. I'm pretty sure that if I move to Thailand, I'm going to be just as happy there as I am here, wherever I go. Because wherever I go, there I am. Okay? I need the Philippines more than the Philippines needs me. When I'm dead and gone, the Philippines is going to keep on going and all these other countries. We spend too much time arguing amongst each other about what country's the best. He said, yeah, I've been seeing videos pop up on my feed about Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, not to mention Myanmar, Burma, almost all communist countries and fighting their own internal rebellions, etc. TJ made a great point. He said, well, hell, what Southeast Asian country doesn't have an insurgency? See, he made a good point. I was just making a point that I didn't know it, you know, because remember, we only get the good stuff about Thailand. It would have been made for a good video if somebody would have just made one and said, yeah, you know, they got this going on. Don't take for granted that I know it. And then they hit back with, oh, they don't talk about in the Philippines either. That's bullshit, man. I've done at least 15, 20 videos on no-go zones, Mindanao and everything like that, whether it's safe or not. Places tell you not to go, Baziland, Holo Salute, Tawi, Marawi. I just did a live stream not even a month ago about if you let your guard down here in the Philippines, your safety could be in jeopardy. Well, I'm talking about Marawi, Maguindanao, and all that. He said, Cal, I'm counting down January 25. I'm coming to visit you, brother. Come on, man. He said, for me, too many Decepticons. That's funny. I know what you're talking about. He said, what is a mouthwash without the fluoride? Yeah, toothpaste without the fluoride. Yeah, you know, but we think we make the Philippines. So we come over here, you know, and we think we're going to change the place, and we tell them everything is wrong with it. And if you just do this and do that, you have no solution to the problem for real. You're just a tiny drop in the ocean over here. And when you realize that, you say, okay, I'm fine with that. Let me get in where I fit in over here. And the Philippines, I found everything over here that I need to be happy and satisfied, man, you know. He said, I don't think there's a best country. You're right. It's all subjective. We spend too much time doing that. They can have their own unique positive and negative characteristics. And you can enjoy a place more than you enjoy another place without saying it's the best and arguing with me that it's the best. If I'm happy, I don't give a damn where you live and what you're doing wherever you live. I'm happy where I am. And nothing you say is going to, make me uproot everything and come over there to you, because guess what? Life manifests through me. My life manifests through me. It doesn't manifest through somebody else. I don't give a damn what you're saying. I'm not listening to you. I'm thinking for myself. He said the Philippines values good, decent, respectful visitors. But we talk about it, RLV. We talk about the Philippines around the world as if it's some inferior place. And that's why I'm saying, why not the Philippines? I'm tired of people asking me that. Why the Philippines? If you haven't even been here before, we talk about the good things all the time, till you blue in the face. But if you're prejudiced already, nothing's going to change that. And I'm not here trying to change anybody's mind about the Philippines or about anything really, because my religious beliefs have nothing to do with your salvation. Your paycheck doesn't pay my bills. But this is the type of stuff we get bogged down in, why we should be living. Because your time is running out. Time's not running out, but your time is running out. Use it constructively. He said all these countries have internal political turmoil. Simply be ready to leave if you need to. The local political scene is none of our concern. Absolutely right. But you can't compare a country with another country if all you're going to do is present the bright side of one country and the dark side of the other, which is what they seem to do. He said the dark green Marine. I'm moving permanently to the Philippines at 25 also. I'm not trying to change a thing. I just want to be happy. I just want to exist happy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, wherever we go, we win. You're only a small fish in a big pond. That's all I'm saying. You're a drop in the bucket. So that's, he said, poor man passport guide is in Thailand. His video editing is really good. Yeah, he's over there. I don't think he's coming back over here. I think he's found his niche there because everybody knows he's in the lady boys, and well, that's where they are. The ones he likes, evidently. But it's probably other reasons he likes Thailand too. I don't know. It's not for me to question. He seems to be happy over there, and that's all that matters. He says, some but not all believe are probably girls that sell their bodies for money. You may think you have a good girl and she has been with many foreigners nightly as a source of income. No thanks. Hey, thanks, Tropical. Appreciate it. He said, every country has its problems. Just be happy and make the best of your life wherever you may be. That's the message today, really. Maybe that'll stop people from asking me that. Why the Philippines? Why not? What's wrong with it? Then they start talking about the infrastructure and all of that. Remember, they're always going to give you the bright side of wherever they are. They're not going to give you the dark side, but they're going to talk to you about the dark side wherever you are. He says, I live in New York City, and recently I was talking to a younger lady. I'm retired, and it was a great feeling. She was 37, so I might be tailor-made for the fields. Interesting. Well, the women over here, let me say this, because we were me and Merlin was having a little discussion last night. We were on the boulevard. The women over here are not the same. And see, this is what it took me a long time to figure it out. Man, the Philippines is so different. They don't look the same. They don't act the same. They don't think the same. And I think that's a big problem we have. We try to paint them all with the brush, but it's just not true, man. Some women, okay, they're willing to take more chances than others because they're worse off than the others. Every woman that you meet is not going to have that same level of poverty that we think all of them have. That's why you'll see, like last night we saw a couple. It was an older guy and he was from Europe, just I could tell by his voice. And I said the woman was 18. Merlin said, oh, she's 23 or 24, right? But when we passed them again, Merlin said, no, she's about 19, right? That's why you see, and you could tell this woman was from the deep province. You could just see her clothes. And she already had a baby, very, very young, but they're different. They're not all the same. And this is where we get off on the wrong track. That's why some guys come over here and they don't have they don't have success finding a woman because they think they're all the same. So they approach them all the same. But you can go up into some of these remote provinces. They're going to take more risk, guys, okay? All the women aren't the same over here. Just know that. He said, the thing I noticed about Filipino women is their skincare. I haven't cared much about it for me until now. At 36, I picked up on skincare and I look like mid-20s. Before that, just soap and that's it. Well, see, really, you don't even need soap. I had a client, she was 86 years old, had the most beautiful skin I've ever seen. And I said, well, what do you use on your face? She said, nothing. I've never used anything but water on my face. Well, remember, a lot of that has to do with genetics and all of that. Mike Dorsonville says, I've been coming to the Philippines since 2003. I never have any problems there. Every time I'm there, my mood has changed. I feel very happy. That's the same with me. That's what my video was about when I said 27 is too young to die. I feel I feel as safe in the Philippines as anywhere because I'm looking into these crimes when they happen, the ones that really shock you. And more than likely, the victim and the perpetrator, they know each other, guys. All these assassinations, it has something to do with some type of business agreement or disagreement, some type of grudge, something, land dispute. It's something going on there. They're not just picking up guns and going to the first elementary school they see and mowing down a bunch of helpless first graders. They don't do that over here, man. You can't argue with me about that. They don't do that like they do in my country. See? They don't go into the grocery store like the man did in Buffalo, New York, and kill all those people, or in the church like the guy did down in South Carolina. They don't do that over here, man. No, it's very little random violence over here. Is it random violence? I'm sure it is. But these embassies know a whole lot more than we do. But for some reason, we think we're smarter than the embassies. So we don't even look at the websites, the travel advisories. When I went to Thailand, I did not read the travel advisory. That's on me, though. I really didn't, man, because I took for granted I was going to be safe, man. That's a bad way to travel around this planet, this crazy-ass planet. They gave me the ugly face. Well, you're going to get that. I made a video a long time ago about you get attacked when you come here. It's ignorance, though. Most people never been here. And they think that the Philippines is beneath them, that they're better. All of a sudden, their standards are so high that I could never be happy in a place like the Philippines. They don't have, everything that I deserve and all that foolishness, right? No, you're not going to see somebody riding around with a diamond in the back, sunroof top, with a gangster lean over here. You know, the foolishness that we've become used to in our own countries. So they come over here and it's not here, and I got to get out of here. Hey, what's up? I say Venti says, shout out to my man watching you live now. Hey, thanks, man, for joining us. He said, no matter how much we have in common, we all have our own race to run, different starting points, different routes, and different destinations. Absolutely. I got it right here. No two people are the same. I know so little about the Philippines. This is why I said I no longer find it necessary to defend the Philippines, because I know so little about it. Okay, and be honest with yourself. Vloggers or whoever you are out here and you're talking about a country, you know so little. I've come in contact with just a small speck of the population. And I've only been to 16 islands out of 2,000. I know very little about this place, man, to even say I'm an expert or something like that. So that's why I can only give you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. But to say it's better than some place else, or it's worse than some place else, I would be ignorant to do that. I know so little about it. And that goes for most of us. But, you know, we come from a society where we're always competing. I'm better than you. My car's bigger. It's better. It costs more. My girlfriend looks better than yours. She has more education. She has more money. So we bring all that stuff over here. I don't give a damn what woman you got. She don't go to bed with me at night. He says, I'm choosing to leave the matrix and live is the best move I ever made. I'm happy here, man, you know, but is my life perfect? No, because my family's missing. I can't be two places at one time. But knowing that, I'm not going to sit around and worry all the time, oh man, I messed up, I'm over here, my family's over there. I'm just going to have to figure that one out. I'm going to have to make more trips home or whatever that is, but I'm not going to let that weigh on my life over here and mess it up. He says, is there a new 2-year visa extension? I'm not aware of that. I heard something about now remember, until this stuff the ink is dry and it's front page news about the Philippines, don't believe this stuff. I see where people are putting this out about this digital nomad, 2-year digital nomad visa in the Philippines. Okay, it's just speculation now, still on the books. It's not official yet. He said, I don't think I can get the language down pat, but I try every chance I get. Just learn little bits and pieces like me, and it shocks people. Because when they see you, they'll say hello. They'll say good morning to me, and I say, Mayang Buntag, and they'll be shocked, like, wow. You know, it shows a lot of respect to the people and to the culture that you're at least trying, because most of us don't even try. We think, oh, Filipinos can speak English, right? They can, but they don't. Why would they speak English over here unless the job calls for it? Not even in my own house do they speak English. He says, too true that too many American women will put a man through hell for as long as possible if they had kids together and split up. Yeah, well, hell, that's everywhere, honestly. Everywhere I've been. Let me take that back. Not everywhere, because I haven't been everywhere. That's one of my pet peeves. People get on here and say, oh, women are the same everywhere. Well, have you been everywhere? Well, how can you say that? So, yeah, I'm going to agree with you, because I was taken through hell, but it backfired on my ex-American wife because she was trying to beat the system. She was trying to get child support from me and draw AFDC and food stamps. You know, just being real ignorant. And it caught up with her. He said, U.S. inflation data due out in 9 hours. You might send the peso above 60. Wow. The dollar above 60 pesos. It's 58.30 now. It's been hovering around that 58, 59. It hadn't hit 59 yet. Okay. That would be something, man. He said, I say Magandangu Maga to my Tanai co-worker when I see him. Yeah. That's good morning in Tagalog. Yeah. But I saw somebody else was talking about that, another blogger, where it was in the news. It's not official yet. But, you know, if you've been in the Philippines as long as I have, you know that you don't count your chickens before they hatch over here, guys. Okay, don't do it. Because until it's front page news, don't even worry about that. But I did tell Marilyn something about this young couple that was killed. Okay, he's from Israel, so he's of the Jewish faith. I said, you watch. They're not going to let this case die. It's going to stay in the paper. Okay? And it's been in the paper just about every day. That has something to do with it by him being Jewish and the young lady being such a positive force in her community. You know, beauty queen, you know, beauty pageants are big over here in the Philippines. It's just the way that they were murdered. It was just terrible, man. You know, they shot him, and she was shot in the back, according to the newspaper. Shot in the back and the thigh. It looked like maybe she was trying to run. He was shot in the chest and by the underarm. But then they buried him. And see, that's what the brother was talking about when they was talking to him. See, in the Jewish faith, he said, when you die, you're supposed to bury him back in the ground as soon as possible. He said, so by them burying him already, they got to get him out and bury him back again as soon as possible. But that's one of the reasons that's going to stay in there, and they're going to get those people. It's going to be an open and shut case. They know who did that. They know who's responsible. They know who had the motive to do it. He says, I heard you can get your visa extension a month early. Well, you can. It just depends. I usually go 2 to 3 weeks before mine is due, just in case, you know, something goes wrong. He said that what they don't tell you about the rest of Southeast Asia, not a lot of people speak English there, but in the Philippines, almost everybody speaks English there, and also very westernized. Yeah, but they don't speak it, though. They can, but they don't. They don't. I've never been in a place where people are speaking English, even when you're there. Okay? If you're in they're not going to, they'll say just the simplest English terms to you. Why would they? They're in their home country. They feel comfortable speaking Tagalog, Visaya, and all that than English. They very seldom speak English over here. Yeah, that's Robert Dame. Yeah, Robert's been working, man. He said, I predict 80. And that would be crazy to get 80. But yeah, guys, you know, this is my first live stream in a long time, man. Well, it seemed like a long time, a week. He says 6-month visa. Well, let me see what he's saying. I think you're missing the point. He said they spoke really good English wherever I was in Cebu. Yeah, again, guys, they can speak it, but they don't speak it. The dark green marine. Why would they? If you go around a Filipina and her family and friends, they're not going to speak English just because you're there. They're going to speak their language. They're going to text in their language and everything, okay? Don't be fooled about that, okay? They're not going to go out of their way. You don't go out of your way to learn Spanish in America or whatever it is. You speak English in America. And all those other languages that are now becoming part of that melting pot, they're not going to do it any differently over here. He says 6-month visa, 180 days still available in Mexico for many years. Yeah. But how long can you stay in Mexico without leaving, Robert? Without being, I mean, as a tourist, you know, you can stay 36 months here. Do you have to leave and come back and start the 180 again or what? He said, being westernized doesn't sound good to me. Well, you know, westernized meaning, you know, they like the music and some of the clothing and different things like that. It doesn't mean so much as the attitude. They like basketball because they come in contact with the West a whole lot more, I mean, you know, culturally than, say, Thailand. Thailand was never colonized by the Spanish or the United States like the Philippines has. When I first started coming over here, you very seldom saw a Filipina in a bikini. Unless, you know, she was with a foreigner and he's going to buy the bikini because he wants to see her in the bikini. But now you see that everywhere. There's no foreigners even around. It used to be the swimsuit for most Filipinos was the long sleeve swim shirt and shorts. The swim shorts, there was nothing showing but the legs, you know. There was none of that showing, man. You see them now. Yeah, he said some people are embarrassed to speak English because they're afraid to make a mistake. Yeah, they're more comfortable speaking their own language. He said they speak English when they have to, yeah. Or they want to, is what I've experienced. Yeah, but very seldom. 98% of the time, they're speaking their language. 2%, they're asking you, hey, have you had anything to eat? Or something like that. Or have you took your bath yet? Yeah, he said, leave and come back. You turn in the old visa. Oh, okay, yeah. He said, I never thought it would be so much fun learning a different language. Yeah, I tell you what, man. But unless you're just going to stay up in Luzon and speak Tagalog, I mean, which language are you going to learn? Because the minute you come down here, Cebu and all that, now it's Bisaya. Okay, they can understand it, but they're not going to speak it. Yeah, yeah. Now this is good. All the signage is in English, which helps here. It helps me here. But remember, if you know anything about the history, we forced them, the American government forced them to learn English. We literally beat it into their subconscious minds. They had no choice. It was against the law. You had to learn it, or you couldn't go to school or anything like that. You had to learn English. Remember, they was a colony of ours. I mean, we ruled with a damn iron fist. That's the reason why the Philippines is one of the only English-speaking Asian countries over here. It wasn't like we were so happy. They voluntarily started studying English. We made it the law. Americans made it the law. He said, this past week, I realized that these other Western bloggers have nothing to really offer to me. You know, here's what it is, Blizzard Blog. No matter what, we're always going to gravitate toward people that we can relate to. That's just simply, that's why it's important for people like you and me to stay on here, no matter how much traction we gain. It's important that certain people can turn on YouTube about the Philippines and see us. And then the same with people like Old Dog New Tricks and everything like that. And every man has a story. People are going to relate. I mean, they're going to gravitate toward the people they relate to. Remember, a man is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. My thing is, because I've been to the Philippines so long, is the subjects don't interest me because it's something I would know. But somebody new can learn a whole lot. And this is why I have to tell guys who always get on vloggers over here about, oh, y'all always talk about the same thing over and over. It's like we got the same audience every single day. We don't. YouTube has a lot to do with that. We're on a 28-day cycle. Okay, last month, believe it or not, because YouTube just sent me my analytics for June, 60% of my viewers were new viewers who never heard me before, who never watched one of my videos before. So I could talk about the same thing every day, and every day somebody new is going to hear it. So it's important, especially when you're talking to people who've never been to the Philippines before, who are interested in coming here, that sometimes you have to go back and talk about something again, because they're not going to go way back in your library of videos. Man, I've got over 2,100 videos, and find that video. Or most of us, we stay around certain topics, what crime and safety, cost of living, travel and relationships. It doesn't, then now they've added another, interviews really. But that's really the extent of it. And just some people have their own way of delivering their information. But when you live over here and you see the people, and this is how I respect bloggers, no matter what they're talking about. If you're living what you're preaching, then I can respect you. If you're not living it, if you're just putting it out there like that, I can't respect you, man. I can't respect you if you're putting out all this relationship information and you're not in a relationship. I just can't respect you for that. He says, have you experienced people telling you where they're going when you ask how you're doing? Yeah, they certainly misunderstand me. They say I'm slang because they speak a proper English. Yeah, they got English. But what I'm saying is, Clint, is they don't speak it. You know that. I think you got a girlfriend over here. You know, when you're around her family, they're not speaking English, but they know how to speak it. That's how they meet us. That's how they get those call center jobs and all that. They know how to speak it, and they know how to speak it good. But they're in the Philippines, and they just don't speak it, man. It would be a shock to me to go around Filipinos. If I went to IT Park and I sat down at that coffee place that they, you had several coffee shops. And the table next to me was full of Filipinos and they're speaking English. That would really shock me. He said, show the love and get some likes up. Thank you. Hey, James, he said, CGA. Shout out today. Keep it up. Changing men's lives. We appreciate you. Oh, man, thank you, brother. He said, the man is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. That's a good one, Cal. Yeah, I heard that before. That's not man original, but it's true. I don't watch a lot of those bloggers, not because they're not good and they're not giving out good information. They are. I just don't relate to them. I don't relate to them. I don't listen to ZZ Top anymore. I used to when I was little. I ain't have no choice because the soul station went off at 5:30. So I had to listen to ZZ Top, Manfred Mann, and all them other ones, but I don't anymore. They said they're getting their wives a channel too. And that's a way to help them, but how much traction do they really get? Every now and then, YouTube would throw their video out there and you may see them get 10,000, 15,000 views, but their channels aren't as significant as they could be because it goes against their culture, Thomas. They're not going to really give you the nitty gritty about the Philippines that would make their channel really blow up. So they're going to keep it real homogenized, man, and people can't sit through with that stuff. There's only so many interviews you can sit through. There's only so many, what Filipinos are looking for in a man. The Filipinos like black men. There's only so many of those videos you can make. When they really start letting you into their lives, like they'll never make a video like I made today, telling people, I tried to commit suicide before. See, they're never going to give you real life information like that. If they did, it would be the biggest channel over here. None of the channels are doing it. Even the biggest Filipino channel is not doing it. That stuff is homogenized, and men watch it just to look at the women. I was on the boulevard last night. The minute we got on the boulevard, we were at Yellow Cab Pizza. So we walked right across the street, and there's a popular Filipino vlogger doing an interview with an attractive young lady. See, you're not going to learn anything from that. All you're doing is looking at the attractive women on the screen. That's all. So, as long as there's thirsty men, the couch bros, I call them, the armchair bros, they're the ones that keep this whole thing cranked up. They're never coming over here. It's all a fantasy to them. So they're sending the PayPal. They're clicking on the videos because it's really nothing there for you to learn. When you get off the plane, you're not going to know anything. Yeah, he said, you never feel like you left the matrix if English was spoken everywhere you go. But that's the point I was making today. I said, people seem to be surprised that the Philippines is different from where they came from. They come over here expecting the people to speak English. Man, I'm sorry. They're not going to speak English, guys, unless you just force them to. I got a woman, man, that unless she's talking to me directly, if she's sitting there at the table when we're eating and we're just having just a general conversation, that's the only time she speaks English. She practices her English with me, and which is what they most of them do. You've got a Filipino woman, when she talks to you every day, you're helping her English. But for the most part, she speaks her language. I've never heard Marilyn speak English to anybody else but me or somebody else who speaks English, another foreigner. Hey, Grill Lady says, I'm a new viewer. Great advice, encouragement. Keep doing what you're doing, sir. Thank you. We have, was that Blizzard Vlad? Blizzard Abroad said we have so much in common. We do. we have more in common than we do differences. But of course, we stay focused on the differences. But we all do have a different route in life. But we have more in common than you imagine. That's why I learned that a long time ago. That's why most expats get along over here. You have the antisocial expats who are going to be antisocial no matter where they go. Has nothing to do with the Philippines, Thailand, and wherever. They just antisocial. But most of the guys you see over here, we get along because we've got so much in common. That's why we're here. If you stay locked in on that, you're not gonna have a problem with anybody over here. But it's when you start going off on, okay, for instance, I had what I thought was a cool guy. He came to one of my meet and greets, man. We used to chat back and forth all the time. But I was talking on my vlog, and my shorts come from my live streams, guys, okay? It's not something where I intentionally make shorts. I take them out of my live streams. I'll take some out today. But I said, Joe Biden needs to, he needs to step aside, based on his performance, right? He's got that old frozen man's disease, right? They call it the Joe Biden disease now. Anytime you freeze up, it's the Joe Biden disease. I wasn't saying that I'm a Trump supporter and that I favor Trump, but that's what he took out of the video, man. He blasted me in the comments. I had to go back because, see, in YouTube, I can click on your profile and it'll show me who you are. It'll show me whether you're the real person or just a troll using somebody's profile. And you need to make a video about telling Trump to step down and when's the last time you voted and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. I was like, wow, man, calm down. Are you tripping, man? Y'all tripping. It's only when we get involved in stuff like that do you have a problem. When people misinterpret what you're saying. They take a 20-second clip out of a 2-hour live stream, okay, with no context behind it and go crazy. But that's what he did. And he hasn't contacted me since, man. I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden, nor do I give a damn about Trump, and they don't give a damn about me. I'm not going to fight you over that. We staunchly defend people who we don't even know, who don't care about us. We staunchly defend countries who don't need us to defend them, who don't give a damn about us. Man, black people, man, we crazy, man. We do some crazy stuff like that. I'm sorry, guys, but we do. And I said it. If you want to, we would defend this shit. He's a black guy. He's defending Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden don't give a damn about you. He just jumped on me like I was talking about his mama. It shocked me, man. And so he stopped following me because I told Joe Biden's old ass to sit his ass down. I say it again. Anybody got a problem with it? Stop following me then. Okay? I'm just telling you the truth. Hey, Dave, man, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Brother Cal, nice to catch you live. Been a while. Thanks for keeping the great topics going. Hey, man, thank you, brother. I'm trying to find your live stream. So I can put it up. I went past it. But that's the only kind of stuff you're going to have a problem with over here with expats if you bring up stuff like that. Because he went off on me. He blasted me. And he hasn't texted me since. About Joe Biden, man. Give a damn about Joe Biden, not Trump. Neither one of them is worth a quarter, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, there it is, Dave. Thank you, brother. He said, thanks for keeping the great topics flowing. Looking forward to the next trip. Yeah, I've met Dave Hell 3 times, I think. Right, Dave? And he got him a beautiful woman. I mean that. It took him a while, but he kept trying. But it's more than a woman to him. He wants to come over here and figure out some stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we can expect, I love LaChine, when people get that old, but they don't even know why they follow Biden, because he's not Trump. That's why. You know, they don't even know why they hate Trump, really. I don't even know these people, you know, because after a while, I'm like, well, I don't even know Obama. Why am I so happy about Obama? You don't give a damn about me. But I'm just saying, most expats, we have so much in common, man. If you just sit down and talk to an expat, it'll blow you away. I don't care what color they are, where they come from. You're going to be shocked at how much you got in common with the person, man. I do it all the time. He said, I think Filipino Cuba is BS. Well, they're all the same. They all have the same women on there, guys. Don't fool yourself. Real 100. They're no different. They just cost different. The only one that's free is dating Asia, and you better have a IP address that shows you over here in Asia, or they'll cancel your account. But they're all the same, man. You just got to know how to navigate through the damn dating sites, man. There's good women on those dating sites. That's where everybody meets a woman. They're not posting up on these women, man, over here. Don't think that. Yeah, it's sad, man. He's done enough. That's what I said in my thing, but they didn't hear that. They just heard Biden needs to sit his old ass down, which he does. Trump does too. Now Biden's doing every interview he can to prove to people, man, they done pumped you up with steroids and all kind of stuff. They got extra teleprompters all around you. You need to sit down, dude. But yeah, don't let these dating sites fool you, guys. They're all the same. They're no different. They don't have any different women on them. They're all on the same. You don't know Philippines. Remember I told you, you know you with a Filipina if she got that old phone with the cracked screen, and then she got at least 3 Facebook accounts. Well, she's got at least 3 dating site profiles too. So when you tell her, next time you tell her, hey, now that me and you are together, cancel that account. No, you say cancel those accounts. He said, I don't concern myself or engage with anyone on politics, religion, etc., period. I treat everyone the same here and remove anyone bringing that drama into my circle. It's true. That's the only time you're going to have a problem over here. Most guys that you talk to over here, they're going to have way more in common with you than differences. It's going to blow your mind. But these dating sites, the only difference is they cost different. And a lot of them are owned by the same people. Don't fall for the okie doke, okay? It's true. He says, I glanced at dating Asia the other day, and women I saw over a year ago are still there with the same as profile pics. Yeah, but see, you bring up a great point, Kaz. This is what I tell guys all the time. They think that every woman on there has been picked and chosen and everything, right? But they haven't. Filipinos have very little time to be on those dating sites. Most women have been on those dating sites for years and no one's ever clicked on them. Number one, we're clicking on the same women. They know how to get you to click on them now. They put on the bathing suit. Okay, they have the filtered picture. They put the best foot forward. The ones you should be clicking on is the normal looking women who are going to look better in person. Okay, when's the last time you seen a 22-year-old woman? Okay, y'all living too much in fantasy instead of real life. There's so many women over here who've never even been touched by a man before. But you're never going to have them because you're running after the same women everybody else is running after. In your mind, you a two-piece. Okay, you're a two-piece in your country. And you know you're a damn two-piece. And you want a 10 over here or a 15 over here because you've been listening to these vloggers. Man, you better stay in your lane on those dating sites. And that's how you're going to be successful. It's the same with your lifestyle. If you 2-star over there, come over here and be 2-star. Because that's all 1,200 per month is going to get you the 2-star over here. But you coming over here with the 5-star and you lose your damn man. You know good and damn well you a 2-piece over there. He said they both need to step down. Yeah, let 2 new clowns run the show. That's true. Hey, what's up, Xavier? I know you headed back over here. He said, great live today, Cal. Yeah, you know, if we just put some of our lower our expectations, man, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I got a sexy ass woman, man. Is she going to win Miss Philippines? No. But she's sexy as hell, and she just transformed herself into something just unbelievable, man. I can't get enough of her. And that's what's going to happen to you when you bring it down. You know, you got to help her. If you're the right man, she's going to transform in 6 months anyway. The Filipino you looking at ain't going to be the same one you met on that damn dating site. But you got to be the right man. She got to blossom, because they'll blossom, man. But y'all trying to pick the damnedest fruit, the best fruit from high on top of the damn tree. You better get some of this stuff lower to the ground. He said they want you to click the ones who are affiliates too. Yeah, offline too. Yeah, and that's a good one. Those are the ones you want to get. The ones who aren't always on there, the flashing green light, they're online. No, they're talking to somebody too. He said, thanks for kind of clarifying that. Some are scammers and bots. They give generic short answers. Yeah, all you got to do, man, if you click onto a dating site right now, and there's a woman already on there, I wouldn't even talk to her. Imagine how many other men she's talking to. Or when you sign up, your inbox is deluged with messages and stuff, right? Likes and, you know, winks and stuff. That's bullshit. That's nothing but scammers and bots. The Filipino that you're going to meet, probably in bed, sleep. Because you remember, you're 12 hours behind. She's probably in bed, sleep. Or when you go to bed, she's already at work or washing clothes somewhere. She's not on that dating site. And every now and then she gets enough money, she'll check that profile. And, oh, okay, I see what Jim sent me a message. I'm interested. And then every last woman I ever met on the dating site's been that way. I've never met a woman when I logged in that was already on there. She was always hadn't been seen in 2 to 3 days or whatever, 48 hours, whatever they do. And you won't even be thinking about it. You'll be forgot that you sent the message. And then they'll send you a message, and you'll see, because you'll see it, you'll see the message you sent when they send you the message. And you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Because, guys, this is where men are meeting the women, okay? All those women that were on the boulevard last night, and there was foreigners there. The foreigners was not coming up to those girls introducing themselves. And, you know, Filipinos, they walk around in cliques. There's 5 or 6 of them. Nope. They're meeting on their dating site or through somebody, but most of them is the dating site. That's where they are. Hey, what's up? Vanico, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal keeps it real 100%. Yeah, because we live in real life, brother. When you get over here, it's going to be real life. The best Filipinos you ever going to meet is online. Those are the ones that want us, man. You know, the rest of them, they want a 10 too. Well, your days as a 10 is over. When you deal in reality like I do, man, when I came over here, okay, when I really knew what was going on, I didn't know. Matter of fact, a Filipino woman put me up on it. She was 41, but she was hot, man, beautiful. Okay. She said, hey, I don't know what you dealing with an old woman like me for. She said, most of the foreigners over here, they go for younger women. So I kept that in the back of my mind. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm beating the back out of her, throating her, the whole 9 yards. She's doing for me stuff that she never did for her husband. That's what she told me. So I go back home and get on there, man. And I've had nothing but success ever since, man. You guys don't know what it's like, really, to be with a woman, man. Hell, when you come over here, I was 45, 46. You're dealing with 20-year-old women, man, in their prime, man. They're not going to win Miss Philippines, but they're nice looking, they're cute. They take good care of themselves. They don't have a scratch on them. I'm going to tell you the honest truth, man. I promise you, man. I wouldn't lie about this. I have nothing to gain from this. Merlin doesn't have what you call them, a stretch mark. Merlin's never had a stretch mark. That's real unlikely. I've never seen that on a woman before. But she's different. She doesn't even have underarm hair. She doesn't use deodorant. But those are the type of women that's on the dating type. If you know what you're doing, I don't want these old women. A lot of these old phony women, man, that are out here, guys. I'm telling you. The ones that you meet in public, man, they're no different than the women that are turning you down over there in your own country. I promise you, man. You see it in their face. They don't want an old foreign man. Hey, Jack, what's up? He said, Cal, we'll be in Dumaguete on the 20th, my friend. Wow. Yeah, we're going to be here until probably to Saturday. Maryland likes it in Dumaguete. He said, you were giving her the old Andrew Dice Clay treatment, Cal. Yeah. Yeah, Filipino want to put me up on game. I didn't know anything. My first trip over here, I met two women. One 38. I was 45. One was 38. One was 41. I met two. I only did two things right for that whole trip. I flew into Cebu, Moncton, and I met two women. That was it. Everything else I messed up. From getting all my money, forgetting to get money transferred at the airport. I didn't do that. I'm riding around with cash money on me. Can't buy anything. I had to give the taxi driver a $20 bill, which would have been $100. It was just right up the street. The hotel we were staying in was right up from the airport. I had to give him a $20 bill. But she told me, she said, most foreigners over here, they deal with younger women. What do you see in an old woman like me? Because she was 41. She was separated from her husband. But here's a strange thing about that. He lived in the same apartment. They lived in a duplex. He lived downstairs and she lived upstairs. But I didn't know it at first. I went over there a couple of times. Then she finally told me, she said, yeah, that's my husband right there. And he had a younger woman and a new baby. But yeah, she put me up on it. I knew nothing about the Philippines, man. And young women. I never knew any of this existed over here. Hey, DP, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, I've been to the Philippines for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks ago, right now I'm in Boracay with the family, leaving for Bohol Friday. I want to swing by St. Carlos City to check it out. Yeah, okay, so, well, let's see. It would probably be easier when you leave Bohol to go to Cebu and then catch the bus, or I don't know if you're driving a motorcycle or whatever it is. Go to Toledo City and then catch the ferry from Toledo City to St. Carlos City. Because if you come, because see, Bohol is right in the middle of Cebu and Dumaguete. If you come all the way to Dumaguete, now you're going to have a 4 to 5 hour bus ride to St. Carlos City. Or I don't know if they have a plane that flies from Bohol to Bacolod. He said, I got 6 years to go for me. I'll take that 2,100. You mean before you get your Social Security? Yeah, because I think Jack is 62, right, Jack? I think he's 1 year older than me. Not exactly a year, because I'm taking man. You damn right. Give me man. But yeah, when she told me that, it changed my life. But these were, okay, in comparison to the women I was used to dealing with, older women, okay, a lot of them seen their better days, okay, um, overweight. These women were, man, were tens, as far as I was concerned. They look so much better, man, because they're young. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something, Frank. Don't feel sorry for them because they're getting men over here. They're getting men. I was on the boulevard yesterday, man. I saw some of these guys, some of these women. I'm like, well, who am I abusing as a beholder, man? But everybody over here is not um, getting a damn piece. But remember, a lot of times their beauty's on the inside. We don't want to hear that though, because men, we go by what we see. They're getting treated like um, kings over here. He says, I bagged two in person when I was there, one in Cebu and one in Panglao. Had more in common with one I was chatting with online. Yeah, so if you take the chance, you took the chance. Most of us aren't take that chance because Filipinos are very approachable. I'm just saying that most of us, we take the easy way out. The women with the flashing red light on their head that say, I want a foreigner, and I don't care what he looks like, how old he is, I don't really care. We want the 18 to 80, we want those types because they're the ones on the dating site. You can be 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. They're going to take you, man. And so that's the easy way out. And that's what we want. So that's what we do. I was so naive, I'm going to tell you, man, because I was picking them off like fish in a barrel, right? And I was telling my friends, man, these dating sites in the Philippines, that's so much different than in America. They really interested in you, not realizing what the whole game was all about, guys. I learned this stuff. It took me a long time. I'm slow when it comes to that. I really thought these women were wanting me for me. And the little game I was spitting and stuff like that, right? All the while, they want a better life, man. I didn't know anything I knew nothing about the Philippines. My learning curve was steep over here, okay? But once I caught on to it, I'm like, oh, okay. I see now. It's best to just enjoy it. And if true feelings and a true relationship comes from it, then hell, you win it. But if it don't, then you had a damn good time. He said, Cal, it's my understanding if you take Social Security, yeah, and you make more than 22 per year, Social Security will reduce your benefit 2 to 1. Yeah, please check with. Yeah, I did. That's why, see, what I'm going to do is I'm really going to have to take a close look at it. I'm going to see how far over, because I'm not that much far over. My YouTube is not that much more than the 22,000 limit. But remember, I'm getting insurance renewals too. That's what's going to push me way over. And hell, it might not even be worth uh, me taking my Social Security, you know. But right now, as we speak now, I'm taking it. But as we get closer, I'm really going to take a more closer look at it because I don't want the government messing with my benefits. Because once they start messing with them, it takes them forever to straighten it out again. At least 3 months, guys. Okay. He said you also have to consider some of the older women here are widows or expats. So be aware of that, especially if they're well off. Yeah, man, my God, you make a great point there. Okay. Um, man, we can have a whole. I did 2 videos about it. Maybe I need to do another one where you want to stay clear of any woman over here that's dealt with a foreigner before. Now, I've got friends who are happily married to Filipinos who've been with foreigners before, and they haven't run into any problems yet. But boy, that's a risk I don't want to take. Because I know the stakes are high, guys. And I know me, I'm funny about stuff like that. I know these women will bend over backwards for you. And I don't want a bent Filipino. I don't want a bent over Filipino when I meet her. She's already bent over. Where he didn't had, I'm sorry, guys. I'm funny like that. It's best she don't let me know. What I don't know won't hurt me, but if you get one of them women that's bent over backwards, man, throw her back. Hey, Jack, thanks for that super chat. He said 62 tomorrow. Social Security on the way. Yeah, you'll get your first Social Security in August then. It's usually what, the month after. I hear you, man. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot on that. You don't need a whole lot of game on that dating site. You do need some now. You need to be able to talk your way in to the draws a little bit. You say stuff like, well, I'll be there. Do you want to go on vacation with me? Well, she know if you say yeah. If she meets you at that airport, you already know. Because your next destination is the hotel. You know she's down for it. But if you show up at the airport and she's got a whole damn family, you know she's playing games. What's up, Alex? But you know how to talk yourself into it, like, hey, I'm going on vacation. Do you want to go on vacation with me? Yeah, well, y'all going to stay in the same hotel room and everything like that. So you're going to have to know how to talk your way into them draws sometimes. Yeah, it's like I said, man, right now, as we speak right now, I want to take it. But as it gets closer, because it's getting close, you can file, 4 months before? He said, I prefer a seasoned woman. The young is like going to boot camp all over again. Yeah, but you want to make sure she's seasoned with the Filipino sauce. You don't want a seasoned woman with that special sauce that Americans and foreigners give her. You don't want that. Okay? But I would, it's funny, but I would do this, man. I would try both. I would just see. Don't knock it until you try it. Remember, live your own life, man. Don't go by what people say. Don't listen to other people. Let life manifest through you. See, that's what I would do. I would say, well, let me see, because you see videos now, and they cringe you really, but I get it. They'll say, oh, the advantages of dealing with older women. Then they'll say the advantages of dealing with younger women. Then the disadvantages, right? Listen to that stuff, but you got to make up your own mind. And once she's sitting there at that airport, man, and you see her, that long flowing hair, 23, perfect skin, because you can tell the difference in a seasoned woman in her face and a young, tenderoni. And I tell you, you make the decision. Yeah, you don't want the woman that's been with, that's been with a foreigner, guys, okay? Because we do put them through the ringer. Hey, the IT consultant, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community, brother. But yeah, man, I don't care what she looks like. She's not gonna appreciate nothing that you bring into the table. You take her to the Baraka. Oh, I've been here before. Any nice restaurant, and here you are. You're spending all your time, all your money trying to impress the woman. She's not impressed. That's a red flag. Okay, that's a big red flag. And you're gonna pay for everything that he did or didn't do, because they don't want to break up, man. They take it hard, man. When they move on, man, they're scoring, man. I don't want to be involved with no scoring woman. But y'all don't care, man. Y'all come over here just because she looked good. Okay? That's all y'all going by. Mm-mm. He said, buy some drinks. She's good to go. He said, Social Security reduces your benefits because you earn too much. They give it back to you at full retirement age. Oh, wow. Is that true? Man. He said, it's sad to see how Filipinos do YouTube live doing provocative videos. Yeah, they learned that from us. And see, they're only doing it for the money, really, which, can you blame them? They don't see the value in really trying to educate you about their country. They only see the value in the PayPal donations and the clicks and views. They don't see how much more good they could do by really giving you an inside look at their country, because it's a beautiful country over here. No country's a utopia, but they can show you things I can't show you. They can go places I can't go. A lot of this poverty porn that you see on YouTube now is being done by Filipinos. And you say, well, how do you know? Because when he passes people with the camera, they're not giving him a second look. And sometimes you will hear him say kuya or something like that. And these videos are getting a lot of views, but they can do stuff like that. They can go places I can't go. If I just take a camera anywhere, man, people are hiding their faces, they running, they're getting out of the way. But if I give the same camera to Marilyn and let her walk on the boulevard, no one's going to think a second thought about it. But yeah, but they'll get on us. If you make any type of provocative video, here come the trolls. They're going to be on you like flies on shit, man. Try to get you deported and everything else, but the Filipino gets a pass. She's doing more damage than we could ever do. It's coming from the first person. It's not second or third. That's right. There's no rules to life. I got 2 rules to life, guys, before I get off of here. One is I don't violate the rights of my fellow man. And number 2 is I obey the law wherever I am. That's the only rules I got. Everything else, if I want pancakes for dinner, I'm going to do it. That's why you think a lot of these nice restaurants are having 24-hour breakfast now. Because the big ballers will come in there and say, man, I want pancakes. I want some eggs, man. It's, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, thank you, Southern Purchase, for that super chat. He said the top 5 choices for first timers in the Philippine city: safety, lifestyle, women, etc. Well, I gave you the first 3. I'm gonna tell you honest. This is my honest top 5. Angeles City or Cebu City is my 1A or 1B. You can switch them up either way. Manila 3, Dumaguete 4, and then I'm gonna go with Cagayan de Oro. Because Cagayan de Oro is a big city here. It's a lot of money in Cagayan de Oro too. I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna tell them to stay away from Davao. Davao is safe, right? And there's a lot of foreigners there, but it's really for older people, to tell you the truth. And I don't know, it's just, I don't know what to really say about that. As far as, you wanted my top 5, but that's it for me. And I'm going to tell you why I put Angeles City up there, because of the resources, man. The expat resource that Angeles City has, man. Okay, you could just go to Angeles City and learn everything you want to learn about the Philippines just from being there. They're going to show you what direction to go. If you've been in the military, you're trying to get disability, they show you where to go to get 100% disability. It's people I met there, man. Some of the most seasoned expats I've ever met were in Angeles City. They came there and just never left in the service and all that. But Cebu is right up there too. Metro Manila, Dumaguete, regardless of what you hear about Dumaguete, and Cagayan de Oro. Even though Cagayan de Oro is in Mindanao, it's in northern Mindanao. Don't let that fool you, man. It's really, really nice there. But thank y'all so much for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Show, especially my members. I got a video coming for y'all. I've got a little small Patreon page, man, and I really appreciate those guys. I mean, to keep that going. But if you'd have told me in August, next month, it'd be 4 years, I'd still be on here talking. I'd have told you were crazy. If you'd have told me I was going to have 58,000 subscribers, I'd have told you were crazy. All of this is like a dream, really, guys. That's why I don't take it for granted. Some guy messaged me today. He said, thanks for returning my email. And I was shocked. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? You mean to tell me there's bloggers on here that you're sending them emails and they're not responding? See, I'm naive about that. I look at my comments, man. I listen. When people message me, ask them, man, I'll message you back. What am I supposed to do? But thank y'all so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid. Like come over here and deal with a woman that's already been dealing with a foreigner. Don't say I didn't warn you. Well, you and me think so much alike, honey. I was just getting ready to do that same thing. Did you put butter on top of the bread? Huh? What is that?